Yo, hey guys, Bweeks here, back in another video. So it's been a little bit since the last video. A lot of stuff happening in real life with ice and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, we're back. Gonna try to get back to our normal schedule. Anyway, since then, my last video, I asked if anyone wanted to see any particular class, and that's going to be carried forward into the future. But someone had commented that they wanted to see the Gladiator. So I'm going to be playing the Gladiator today, which also kind of works out because he is my lowest level, and I can always use his NG+ bonus. Anyway, let's start the Gladiator. So obviously he has a lot of additional stats because we've been playing the other characters, so we have all their NG titles, but the crit damage is still kind of low, but we're going to be still scaling crit. I may do 2 episodes in a row of the Gladiator, one with like the Cape of the Flamewalker and one as a crit build. I want to go ahead and do the crit build first. So anyway, I'm just going to go straight into rolling the shop. Basically, as far as crit build goes, I want to go with well, let me see if I need a defensive item. So we're on NG3. My character is NG3, so we're going to be doing that. I'm at -14 resist and 4 armor, so not too bad on defensive stats, so I probably don't have to start with like Amulet of Vengeance. I could. I don't have it attuned, so I mean it'll just put me into the positives, which will be very nice. It's probably the safe thing to do. Other than that, there's Heartseeker, Lucky Hat. I would probably go with either Heartseeker, Lucky Hat, or Heartseeker Amulet, and I guess I'm just gonna roll the shop until I see one. If I get a really good loadout that has Amulet, I'll just take the Amulet. Anyway, so we're shuffling. We have Lucky Hat with Lucky Horseshoe, XP, and Dirk. This would normally be good if these were like attuned, but they're not, and I don't really want to attune them. Oh, I can't attune a balloon item. I don't have enough. You could, I mean, I could still take this. The flat on physical is nice. I would like to get like a disarm item or an evasion item instead, and I think I'm just going to skip this for now. Lucky Hat old map with the Mana Stone. That's kind of interesting. And the Claymore, some flat damage. I mean, I really could have taken either one of these. I can take this one. It should be fine. Luck isn't quite as effective at this level. But, I mean, they're pushing me into just going Lucky Hat. So I'm just going to go Lucky Hat here. Not going to waste any more time or gold rolling the shop. And we'll just take that. If you feel like you're struggling, or if your NG level is a little lower on like your Warlock, where you desperately need the resist and all that, then go for Amulet of Kings. I also haven't done any like arena or anything on this character. Let's see. Yeah, all I've done is the Forsaken Tower. So anyway, my other item is just going to be Heartseeker. I'm going to go ahead and craft that. It's going to bring my crit up to 23.4%, nothing crazy. And if I actually use my trident, that's going to be 100% plus this 123. So it's going to be a 100% chance for 1 crit, and then I have some chances to get double crit and then triple crit. If you don't know about double and triple crits, I have a video on like all the stats and how they work together. Basically the primary, skill damage, attack, crit bonus, all of that. I would recommend watching that if you want to know how things scale. Anyway, as far as the blessings go, I'm using mana regen because I'm going to be using overflowing physique. So this will keep it to where I can actually cast my skills. I'm going to use divine blast because when I attack, I want to do like kind of a 360. You could go with something else if you wanted, but I like the 360 AoE damage. And what else we have? Path of Defender, take less damage, and Symbol of Essence. This is giving us our lifesteal and primary. That's going to be the main way we stay alive. Anyway. Second to last, we're going to be doing drinks. Then we'll look at statues just to make sure we have what we want. I'm going to be going Fanatic Eruption to get into combo. Similar scoring crit and luck. This will work out perfectly. Going to be going to Incendiary Demise. This is going to give me extra magic damage on my primary, which is going to be the main source of my damage. Also means I'm going to be doing more magic damage than physical, because that's going to scale with our crit and everything else. I'm also going to be using Wicked Sickness because we're going combo. So we're going to crit, get into combo, and then we're going to do additional damage that we're in combo. Lastly, I'm going to take Overflowing Physique just because I like the extra HP. It makes runs way easier. So we went from like, I forgot what the number was, like 330 to 350, so very good on the Gladiator. And then lastly, I'm going to take some even more crit chance. So now my crit looks like 31%, and as we see here in the list, we have 3 different instances of crit. All of them can crit simultaneously. That's where we get the double and triple crits. And then when we use a, where is it? This? Yeah, when we use a plane attack by activating our trident before the cooldown, it's going to crit. And so that's going to be 100% for a single crit. You have these 3 chances to get a double crit. And if all of them happen at the same time, we can get a quad crit. So that'd be cool. Anyway, let's look at our statues. I'm using Bolgarth to stay in combo longer. So we're going to crit, get into combo. When we're in combo, we're going to do more damage. And when we're in combo, we're going to stay in combo longer. I'm using Callus just for the block. The statue level doesn't really matter much here. And then I'm using Kyra for the faster primary attack. You do get to skip if you have the trident stacks, but when you don't have any trident stacks, I still want the extra attack speed, so you could switch this out if you wanted. Alright, and we're basically ready to start the run. So let's jump into it. We have our little pet, we're on NG+3, we have all the upgrades in the town, all that kind of stuff. And the last thing we can do is actually like a Gladiator specific thing. You can go into the controls of the game, keyboard and mouse, and I want to basically use my active skill 1, which is my primary, and I want to use my net at the same time. So I'm going to do mouse left here as well. So that is going to activate both of them at the same time. So this is basically just going to save my hands. So as I use my primary, it also throws out a net. And I can still hold the left click and it's going to do the net, so I can throw it at range. I can still use right click and throw the net at range as well. The only time there's going to be an issue is I'm trying to save mana for one of these and I'm holding down my primary. It's going to be casting the net and I'm not going to have mana for those, but I'm not really planning on like activating those abilities. Or if so, they're going to be like the first abilities I activate, like I activate it now, and then I kind of run in. But basically what this is going to do is keep everything netted, so everything is disarmed, and you don't have to really worry about getting hit. It's just going to save your hand from not having to left click and right click constantly. So instead you just left click constantly. So it doesn't sound that much better, but it's way better. Ring of Transmutation. So as I take damage, I will get my mana back. So it's kind of nice what I'm saying. I'm going to be spamming my primary, which is going to use the net all the time. And I'm basically going to be going out of mana constantly. So if I need to cast one of these other skills, if I get hit, I'll be able to cast them. So kind of cool. Not super necessary on the Gladiator, but it's something. I think my Thief NG level is high enough. I probably don't have to worry too much about picking up all the gold. We'll find out in this early shop, but if I'm picking up less gold than you and you can't afford the shop, it's most likely because my Thief level. Alright, and there's the stone, so I'm kind of a sucker for the stone, so now even more, I don't have to worry about gold. I can just kill enemies and I'm gonna get just gold by doing that. Things I want to do is I still want to go around and kill most things because I think I need the XP, and I want to kill the mini bosses for additional items because items are very good. Let's see my level. So my cap is actually 35, so I'm going to try to get 10 levels here, but it's going to be pretty difficult. So I always prioritize defensive type items, so I'm going to go for Defender's Halberd. I'm already netting everything, which is disarming, but if I do get hit, I want them to be disarmed as well, so I'm going to take the Defender's Halberd here, and I think I'm also going to take some of this armor and some of this armor and health. You could take these other items because the flat damage is very nice, but I'm currently one-shotting everything. I don't feel like I really need it. If your character's damage doesn't feel good, but you feel like tanky, you know, by all means, take the damage items instead. But my playstyle, I play very defensively as far as like my item builds, which lets me play like more offensively without getting like super punished. Also, we just picked up heavy gauntlets, so now we have even more health and armor. As you see, we're getting up to 370 health now, and then we also picked up the Gladiator's net, so we have another way to disarm. Very cool. And we also have an imp. What do you have for me? Give me some ore. Like 20 ore. Okay. I mean, it's better than nothing, I guess. But yeah, we have plenty of gold. I don't have to go out of my way to pick up everything. So you're going to see me skip a lot of gold now, and that's basically just the reason. I have the stones, so I'm going to get gold from killing people. And geez, another imp. Where actually is he? Oh, there he is. And give me some more ore. Like 15 ore each time. Sure. Hunter's knife, so we do more damage to beast now. That's cool. I'm gonna wait on the monolith till I come back. And as you can see, everything is getting disarmed. Some from my gladiator's net, some from my crippling net, and some from the defender's halberd. Just depends what is proccing it, but we have lots of ways to disarm things, so I probably won't be taking too much damage at all from just enemies attacking. Book of Withdrawal, so if I do get hit, I'm going to disarm them, but at the same time, I will also move faster to get out of danger, in case that's relevant. It's not like I picked that item, but it's got some utility. So I guess the strategy behind the Gladiator is just defensive layers. So we have the defensive layers of disarming, and eventually we'll try to pick up Blackjack, and we'll also have... Alright, there's Blackjack. So now we have 4 ways to disarm and 1 way to stun. So we're stunning and disarming everything, and then I'm attacking and leeching. So if I get hit, I take a little bit of damage, but then I hit them back, I deal a bunch of damage, and they're not hitting me. So this is where using these other skills come in handy. Before I even start the fight, I can activate my little minions, I can activate my gladius, because once I start moving and attacking, I'm going to lose all my mana. And as you see, I have not even gotten in combo until the very, very end, and he was still taking a ton of damage. So when I'm outside of combo, I deal 50% less damage, and even with that 50% less damage, I was still doing tons of damage to the boss. Serrated Scimitar, another item to look out for. It's a crit item, so now my crit goes up to 34.5, and I have 5 instances of crit now because it's attuned. So I go up to 5 instances of crit, and then I have the 6th by using the trident, so I can actually get whatever a 6x crit is. Pentacrit, sextacrit, I don't know, something like that. Lots of crits. And I left the numbers on just so you can see. You can see my regular crits sometimes, or like 4 digits, or like the low 4. My double crits are like in the 5,000 or 6,000, it looks like. Let's see what my highest damage has been so far. Stats. Damage dealt, maybe? Gotta remember exactly where this is at. Critical hits scored, 674. Max damage dealt, I've already done a 20k, so that was probably like a 4 or 3 or 4 crit. I'm not sure, but that's how you get those kind of numbers. Oh yeah, I just saw a 4 digit. It was like 1300 or something. Don't really remember how to do this one. Okay. Now I do. So we have a ton of damage and we have a ton of defense, so we're just going to keep that up, and I'm going to try to increase my magic resist when I can, because that is like my lowest stat right now. In like toe-to-toe combat, I am disarming and stunning things. I also have almost positive armor and almost positive resist. Getting some more block would also be helpful if I can find like a pot helm or some evasion. then I'm gonna have even more defensive layers on my character. I'm gonna be stunning and disarming you. You're gonna be attacking me. You're gonna try to attack. I'm gonna be blocking some portion of it. I'm gonna be evading some portion of it, and then the rest will go to my magic and armor, and then from there I'll be leeching my health back. So anyway, we have some decisions to make here. I was just talking about the magic resist, so I want to take that for sure. This works for skill crit, so I'm not as high on that, and the brochure is 5% damage, but I'm going to take this mobility. This is going to be 0.6 movement speed, which is going to be very good. Going to help speed up the run, and if I can move faster, I can get out of the way of attacks as well. Even more ways to not get hit is just constantly moving. Very good defensive tool is just movement. Hey, I might actually be able to do this trap as well, or this puzzle, whatever you want to call this thing. Where I can still not complete it and embarrass myself. We'll see. Oh, I still didn't complete it. Does not have to do with movement. Or I needed them attuned, that's what it was. I need the extra 0.4. I need to probably, it sounds weird, but I probably need to slow down doing that trap. Because I try to get to the point where I'm like almost estimating what the next thing is going to be. And that puts me in a spot where I'm actually further away from the next one than I should be. Instead of trying to react as it changes. But I mean, it's minor. I got a common item instead of like a green or blue item. And I know about the pause trick. You can just, you know, hit escape after every single one, see where it's changed, and you can move your character afterwards. But I just don't mess with that. I don't think the one item or one quality of item has ever mattered in a run I've done. I kind of have like most of the stuff I need. I just got some more evasion, or my first bit of evasion, 3%. And so I'm just gonna look for the rest of the crit items, which I think is just the Assassin's Dagger. I would like a pot helm. I would like, you know, any more armor or resist possible. And then what else? I guess that's the main stuff. Oh, more luck, I guess. So my worst item, probably the seal. Just gonna go ahead and throw it away. Firm buckler. I don't care about the seals at all. I've kind of rated all the items. Well, I rated all the items in one of the videos, and I wasn't too high on the seals. So I probably could have looked through my items and maybe found like a slightly worse item. But the way I'm playing, my health shouldn't dip very low at all. So I'm not really gonna have much increased attack speed, and I'm not gonna have it for very long. If I do even ever have it. I'm gonna have it for like 1 second. Which you could argue that 1 second could make it fast enough that you can hit before they hit you, and you can leech your stuff back that much quicker, but I don't think it's ever mattered for me. In all the hours I've played, I don't know if, you know, if I take a hit and I go down to like 10%, which I don't even think that's, you know, possible in the current stats, but anyway, if I take a hit and go down to 10%, having 90% increased attack speed is probably not going to save me at that point. Versus quickness, extra 10% attack speed though. That's nice because it's all the time, and I'm using, you know, Trident, so I'm skipping my attack speed anyway. Makes the seal even worse. As long as I have Trident stacks, if I went down to 10%, I would just gain it back basically instantly. I forgot to activate my little Gladius dudes, or my Gladius and my Pit Fighters, but it didn't matter. We got into combo pretty early, and when we're combo, our damage is doubled. So when we're not in combo, our damage is halved, but we still do enough damage with half damage that it's not even a thing to worry about. One other interesting thing about disarm is it also makes it to where casters don't cast. So it's always useful to try and disarm the casters as well. I mean, everything's dying in one hit, so it's not really like there's not too much strategy going on here. You just walk around spamming your skills and everything dies. So if you set up your character correctly, it should be fine. And I mean, I do have some extra NG bonuses from other characters, because I mean that's just how the game works. But I can assure you, you would still have a lot of damage, even if this was like one of the first characters you played. Just by how the character works, as long as you stack luck and crit and all of that, you're gonna be fine. Because I haven't even played the Ranger much, which is the one that gives you extra attack power. I have not been leveling up statues, so I'm not getting a huge bit of power from that. Most of the stats for my character are defensive oriented. So you'll be squishier, but you won't do like less damage. Unless you just don't have skill ranks. Which I should have all my skill ranks. I don't have spinning Gladiator ranks, I don't have pit fighter ranks, but I have everything else. Keyring. Okay. Greater insight. Okay, so we can try to get those levels we were talking about. I don't even think we've gotten one yet. Oh, we have gotten one. We're at 26. So I'm gonna try to just go fast and see if I can carry this XP maybe even into Act 5. That might be a little too greedy, but we'll see. I should also have a shop on this floor. If I'm not wrong. Yeah, there it is. Come back for that item. So luck is very good for damage. I also want to get just some more defensive type stuff. I'm gonna get tower shield, and I'll take the reinforced gloves. Everything else is kind of whatever. Adventurous garb, nice, some extra health. So we are above 400 health now. Oh, I didn't even notice there was an imp. Gold to town, no thank you. I think I need my gold. Alright, I'm gonna go through the middle just to get some XP. Let me get out of here. So I'm not killing everything. Oh, I also have the silver chest. Not killing everything, but I'm like killing like 90% of stuff. And I'm just trying to go to as many floors as possible to make the most out of this XP buff. That's what's going on here. So I'm sacrificing like, I don't know, 10 or 20% of the enemies, but I'm getting increased XP. How much percentage is it? Like 100 or something? Yeah, 100% increased XP. And I'm just trying to get way more enemies killed than I normally would. Because if I went slow, it would probably fall off somewhere in Act 4. It may still fall off somewhere in Act 4, but I'll try to keep it going. Couldn't see what I picked up. Just trying to just pick it up as fast as possible. That was kind of a scary trap. Probably shouldn't have done that, but it's alright. Play a really defensive build so I can do stuff like that and have a chance of not dying. Okay, we got some mini bosses to go fight over there, and we got one more statue to break. Then we can move on. Talisman of Decay. I was barely able to see that, but extra 20% damage. Very nice. Also got an ace key. So keyring paying off. I think that was a keyring proc. It might have just been an actual drop. Either way, we got that. And our XP stuff has only lost like 2 or 3 minutes. Alright, bosses. So this one I'm actually going to be casting the Pit Fighter and the Gladius and trying to just hit with all of my tridents. Let them come back if I can. Hit that guy with all my tridents. Gladius. Hit that guy with all my tridents. So, yeah. Seal of Souls is going to be an extra 50% increased damage. Very nice. And we can see how bad the magic damage hurts here. I'm going to be trying to kill and like move away until I get kind of scared. Okay, Sphere of Time. Gonna stay in combo a little longer, so that's very good for me. Oh, and I still have a, well, I have an old map, so I can kind of skip a lot. Yeah, I just have a lot of raw HP, so it looks like the projectiles don't do too much damage to me. Alright, I'm gonna look to skip most enemies in here. They're kind of deadly, and yeah. I can get way more XP if I can make it to Act 5. See, this guy's kind of hurt. If I get caught in the wrong spot, take a big chunk of life. Spike boots. Okay, and I'm actually done with this floor now. So old map kind of helping out a lot. Okay, I see a shop. Gonna jump through portals first. Robe of the Archmagi, so get some nice magic resist there. We almost got killed, but I was able to leech before. I mean, I could have used a potion. I could have not played as crazy on that trap. But I felt like it would be safe, and I was almost wrong. Safe enough, I guess. Gave me some more ore. Triple imp with ore. And it still is only up to like 100 ore. Okay, so we got a shop and 2 portals to go through. Ooh, I do not like this spot. This spot looks real bad. Sphere of Region. Yeah, I'm trying very hard not to get like stuck in a corner with a bunch of explodey wisps. But they're kind of everywhere. Amulet of Vengeance, I thought that was Amulet of Kings for a second. I was kind of excited, but it wasn't. Staff on Stable Casting, that's crit, but for skills, I think I'm going to grab Boots of the Giant, because I get the plus 50 HP, and as I collide with enemies, I stun them, so I'm going to take that. I think I'll also take the Book of Enlightenment, because I'm really trying to get those levels. And lastly, this is kind of a whatever pick. I could go for the 10% damage. Could go for the additional way to get in a combo. That's really about it. The flat damage on primary. I'm going to go with the additional way to get in combo. One, this is just a rare item, so when I find a blue item in the future, it won't be that item again. So I hopefully will get a higher chance. Well, I'll have a higher chance of getting something like a King's item, because it won't be this item. Alright, frying pan, some free block, I'll take it. It's kind of awkward to use, but we have it in case it works out. And I'm gonna snake all the way around, grab this last book, or the second book. Going kind of slow on this floor, but it's better go slow than die. I just really want to use this XP. Because if I'm not mistaken, I must have skipped an NG on this character on accident, because that stuff confuses me often. And yeah, I probably accidentally skipped one, and now I have to play catch up. So I can play catch up with everyone and then not make the mistake again. I can not have to worry about XP as much. Okay, horseshoe, nice. Alright, there's nothing down here. Secret passage. Just gonna start knocking out some of these orbs. Or not orbs, what am I talking about? Some of the portals to jump through. Get some more items. Brochure constructs. Gonna have to walk so far around for all of these. Oh, that's not connected. Okay. I thought I could go that way. But I cannot. Mask of Bewilderment. I think this is one that just confuses when I hit them. Primary attack applies confusion for 2.5 seconds, plus 25 damage to enemies that are confused, so more damage. And I see 2 buttons here. I mean, the Gladiator does have some built-in block, so I think I'm negating some of the damage with that, but it's a little more RNG heavy than the Paladin. Okay, 2 secret passages, so we got an extra silver chest. Not sure what the other one was, but whoop, gotta go this way. And then we got one more portal to jump through. And then we can go fight the boss. So Sphere of Warriors. Well, I have to go around again. Oh, that was connected that way. Okay. Man, that portal's gonna send me somewhere crazy too. Wasting all my buff. Oh well. It's not like a big deal. I'm still at 29. So I can probably, regardless, get like 3 more levels either way. Just hoping to get all of them, knock them out. Alright, it didn't port me too far away, so that's cool. Might have to start picking up some silver keys in the next act. But let's fight the boss. So the only thing I do differently on this boss is I don't summon my pit fighters, because from what I've seen is they do not get close enough to the Watcher to where he doesn't shoot his machine gun attack. And I've been killed because I've been using the pit fighters before, so I'm not using the pit fighters. Just trying to save some Gladiator stacks and attacking. Once his health stops moving, you can back out, but just be kind of careful, because if you back out too soon, he might machine gun you. That's probably his most deadly attack. But I basically stand close to the boss to avoid confusion. When he confuses me, I just move the cursor the other direction. And I should be tanky enough that I can tank the orbs and the ignite without any issues. If you can't, then you probably needed to start with Amulet of Kings instead, or work on the Warlock to have just more. Yeah, so that's kind of what to expect. And some of that ignite was from the orbs, some of it was from my Incendiary Demise. But I have 2.2 magic resist now, so in the positive. If you're very negative, then it's going to be a little harder. Curious what kind of crits we've gotten at this point. See if we're above 20k yet. I'm sure we are. And there we go. That's the Watcher. Easy as that. So Markham's Wand and Cloak of Many Pockets. Kind of terrible loot. But let's check out the crits real quick. So if we look at our stats again, and we look at max damage dealt, now we've done a 38 crit, and our highest has been 63 in the previous NG. So we'll see if we can actually catch that. But we may just not have had as much luck with crit items and them all like aligning perfectly. That's just gold. So I'm still trying to go fast to get as much XP as possible, so probably do some sketchy things. And gonna be skipping most stuff that's just gold and ore, trying to kill more enemies. Markham's Amulet. So we just hit triple Markham's on our last 3 items. And the Amulet's pretty nice because it increases my HP. And there's a level. So it should be 31, okay. Got a few more to go. I do need more silver keys. I'll pick that up. Left a lot of enemies over here. There's 32. As you can see, the XP is just like shooting up as long as I have stuff to kill. There's so many enemies in this act. That's why I kind of wanted to like double them with the 100% XP gain. Okay, and you can always, you know, pull to the corner. It's going to disarm everything as it walks over here. You want to play a little safer. Hey, we got an item as well. Cool. Rapid blows. We had that earlier, didn't we? We just got it again. Flame tongue. Some extra primary damage. Gonna keep moving, trying to make it to the next floor as well. I'm gonna check this way for some secrets. That is level 33, or it should be. So 2 to go. Very little time left on the buff, but hopefully I can pump out at least one more level real quick. Like seconds. I'm gonna go slightly this way just in case there's an imp. There might be a secret up there, but I'll try to remember to come back to it. Incredible strength. But I'm really focused on getting these levels. There was an imp somewhere. I'm gonna use up this buff. I have a minute to make it back to him, and I'm pretty sure he's just in that little hallway. Can shop while I'm here. Curious Coffer is probably the best one defensively. I'm gonna take that. I think I want the Gloves of Warding just in case. Magic damage is gonna be the biggest threat to my character. I'll take Shield Breaker to increase my damage as well. Okay, almost out of the buff. I need to start making my way back or I'm not gonna get there. I prefer the XP here. You can kind of choose your own adventure. So there we go, we got the last level. Let's see how bad my timing is, if I can actually make it back there. He appears to be gone. That's fine. So there was a secret up here, Sphere of Champions. I'll take that. And I guess he could have been like over here somewhere, one of, like this corner or this corner. But I won't know at this point unless he's still there. He appears to be gone. That's fine. I didn't really need anything that he gives anyway. Skull Smasher. There's that Elven Ruby. The third time I've seen it, and finally it was given to me. So I know there's not any more secrets, so I don't really have to like worry. Or there's not like an imp. There could be another secret. I just misspoke. But I basically don't have to explore everything to try to get an imp. Guardian Figurine. Ugh. It's kind of a depressing blue item. Or I haven't found much luck with it. Maybe one of you guys have used it to great success, but not me. And he got absolutely shredded. Alright, so Penitent Penance will be 50% increased damage because I'm igniting myself all the time with Incendiary Demise. And then the rest is just extra crit chance for my skills, which is only going to be the Gladius and the Pit Fighters. So not really that important. I've also leveled, as I've said like a million times now. Yeah, I don't have to worry about any of that. I can just go after the chest and complete the run. Ring of Arcane Powers. Okay, my stuff is cheaper. I do not care about that at all. But here we are. It is an extra item from Markham's. That's about how much I value it right now. It is just Markham's fodder. We have an ace key, which I probably don't need to get, but I'm gonna get anyway, just in case there's a ace chest on the next floor. And yeah, you know, whatever. There's a chance I can get 2 ace chests, but kind of doubt it at this point. Whoop, let me get that. Again, I don't level up my statues for this series, so that's why I'm skipping so much ore and gold and whatnot. I basically have all I'll ever need to basically complete the series. So if any of you guys are wondering like why I avoid basically all the gold and all of the ore, that's why, just to keep the video shorter for you guys. And I don't need it for my actual profile. At this point, if I needed ore, I would just do the ore farming strategy anyway, because it's going to be much faster. I have a silver chest down there. Let's go grab that. I don't even know what I'm hoping for at this point. I guess more evasion items. I think I have a 2-piece. Alright, that's not an evasion item. Or another crit item, the Assassin's Dagger I never picked up. Which is pretty big. That's a lot of, like, well, that's 1 crit instance I'm unable to get, so. I currently have, what is it, 34 with 9 luck. So I don't know what that equates to, maybe 50% crit, and then if I'm expending the trident, I'm always getting a single crit, and then I have a chance of getting a double crit. Like 50% of the time, on average, but other times it's going to be triple crits and whatnot. Hope that made sense. Because that's just your average crit number, 34, and then the luck is going to increase that, but I still have the 5 instances of crit here and the 6th one with the trident. So the trident's 100%, so I always have that, and then it averages to where 50% of the time one of those other 5 instances is going to proc, and I'm going to get a double crit most of the time, but I could get 6x crit. So the ace key did pay off for me. There was an ace chest on the next floor, so we planned ahead and got rewarded. So that's always fun. And now it's gonna be time to fight old Thundersnow. After we get my last one. I don't even know what I want. I guess Crown of Kings would be the best. Nice, and there's Crown of Kings. We didn't hit the 3-piece, but we did just pick up Amulet of Kings and Crown of Kings. It basically just gives me more HP. So I'm up to 883 HP, which is just a huge amount for this level of character. Oh, I don't want to get stuck in that. Alright, I had to use a potion there. I need to play him a little safer where I don't get stunned like that. Because if I get stomped on one side and stunned, and then stomped on the other side and stunned, or if he does a breath while I'm stunned, then I'm just going to fall over and die. But anyway, we made it. And let's look at the stats one more time, especially the like crits and whatnot. Damage dealt 35 million, phys damage 7.1, magic damage 27.9. Max damage dealt was actually 115,000. Damage taken 17,000. Max damage taken was only 263, which might have been from that stomp, honestly, because I had like 800 HP. Anything else? Critical hits I did, enemies stunned. I don't know if there's an enemies disarmed, but I'm sure that's in here somewhere. I'll just scroll through the rest of it in case you guys want to see any of it. Okay. Go to the city and we'll figure out what we're going to attune. So we have 99 stars to work with. Finished NG+3. New max level is 40. And you see my HP goes down to 300. Jeez, such a big difference. So things that we need to look out for in the future. Amulet of Kings is going to be pretty big because magic resist is just scary in general, but I also want to get crit and evasion items. I don't think I have much attuned on this character at all. I'm just going to kind of go through. I want to start with my Heartseeker, and I think I'll also do Lucky Hat because I think I have a few NG levels until I really need the Amulet of Kings to start. I can kind of get away with it because I have Warlock NG levels, but if I didn't have that, I would switch it out. You know what? Let's just go ahead and take it anyway, just so we have the option. Okay, and so that's the crit item, the luck item, and the crit item, luck item. Oh, and the magic resist item. Anyway, also going to do the green or uncommon crit item, which is the Assassin's Dagger. So it'll give me 2 chances at crits. And I think I already have the common one done. Yes, that's Serrated Scimitar. I want to get the evasion with the slippery cloak, evasion with the sandals. I'm basically going for the unique items that you can't really get that effect anywhere else. Pot helm, extra block, so you have 20% block. Gonna get the luck because I'm just playing a luck build, and it's only 3 stars for the common item, so really good. Gladiator's net, just to have 20% chance to disarm. You can't attune the Defender's Halberd, where I would do that one. Blackjack, bring that up to 20% chance to stun. I want the extra magic resist. I just value magic resist more than armor at this point. So I'm going to continue that trend through here. See if there's anything else cheap. I mean, this would be 100% increased damage when I find this instead of just 50. But I can only attune 1 more item, and I'm just going to go with magic resist. So I'm going to do the robe. If I had more stuff, I would complete the evasion set. I would also look at getting, full plate mail for the armor, curious case for the resist. The attack speed is nice. There's just a lot of good things that will slowly upgrade the extra health, so it's 50 health. But we have 2 more we can do, and they're just going to be stuff down here. So after resist and evasion and block, all of that, I tend to just go for armor / armor and health. This is just health, so I'm going to skip that. This is 3 armor, bringing it to 6. But there's one that's way more. Let me find it. This one is 2 going to 4. This one is still just, oh, this one here, Great Helm. So this goes from 7 to 14, so it basically makes it a second full plate mail. That's very good armor. Curio's Box gives me armor, magic resist, health, and attack and skill power. I'll probably take that. Otherwise, chainmail is going to be just, 5, or it'll bring it up to 10. So if I had extra stars, I would do the chainmail as well. But this is what we're going to stomp at. The next few attunements will be more of those defensive items, and that's just going to be even stronger starts because we're going to find those common items more often than not. We're going to start crit luck, and we're just going to start doing tons and tons of damage. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. The next video might be the same thing, but as a flame walker build, which I don't expect to be stronger at this point. They're just the crit items are just too good, I think, at this point. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And if there's a certain class you want to see in the next video, I can do that instead. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the Gladiator, and I'll see you guys in the next one.